Thank you for coming back to another one of my Tesla videos. I am running around town getting some dinner for my family. Some wanted KFC, some wanted pizza, so we're using FSD from KFC to go get some pizza. Right away, the car wanted to take a right to go around the building, so I took over right away so I can aim it back towards the road. You typically can't start FSD with the wheel turned like that, so you kind of need to straighten it out, then you can press it. I just pressed it, so now it's back into self-driving mode. We got to cross a busier road, although there's no traffic right now, which is nice, but it's, passing the median and going left. And it's kind of at dusk. Some people used to talk about how good or bad FSD would work out when there was either, dawn or dusk. I've had really good success so far, even going directly into sunlight. So here is just another example of us driving around at dusk. The headlights are on auto, so I don't have to worry about turning on and off the headlights. The car is minding traffic, and it's driving pretty much exactly how I would drive it. So I really don't have any issues here. I have my dog along with me. I mean, number one, I just like having my dog along with me. But also, I wanted to show off dog mode in this video, which we're going to get to once I get to the pizza place, which we'll get to in just 1 minute. Cruising through this light. Luckily, it's a low traffic kind of day, which is nice. Nothing really weird or a problem at this point in the drive. With it being kind of dusk and the sun's already down, I don't have to worry about hats or sunglasses for nagging, so none of that is anything to do. I'm not wearing anything over my body or my face. Coming up here, we're going to be taking a left, so the car is already beginning to slow down. There'll be kind of a tight left turn here into the parking lot for the pizza place. It turns in, I see the car on the right, and the car is going to go up the middle, but I want to go to the right, so I take over right here, and it's no longer doing FSD. So I'm driving the parking lot because I want to pick. I could have let the car kind of drive further by itself and just kind of look to see where it goes. Sometimes it parks itself, sometimes it wasn't. I wanted to park kind of right in the front. That's just my prerogative. So here I am creeping along the front, looking for a safe place to park, looking out for door dings, obviously, but also I wanted nice line of sight with my pooch in the car. I found a good spot that was in front that didn't have a handicap spot or some sort of special reserve parking. So I picked it on the display on where I wanted to park, and the car backs up and parks into its space. I've noticed for me, the speed in which the car self parks in the 2026 Tesla Model Y Juniper is different. I've had it park pretty quick for me before, and I've also had it park forever to where I've actually had to take over before because sometimes it spends too much time thinking and going back and forth. But that's not the norm. The norm is kind of what's going on here. It backs up, it kind of moves forward, the steering wheel's jerking around a lot. It's trying to do its best to get it right dead center. And overall, for me, auto parking does a good job. I wouldn't say perfect, but it does a good enough job that I don't worry about it. As it comes to a stop here, I am going to touch the HVAC controls where it says 70 degrees for my temperature. I'm going to pop that up, and then at the top, it's going to dog mode. So I just selected dog mode, and I'm taking my phone with me. And I open the door. Now I'm going to speed up the camera because you don't need to watch me get my daughter out of the back seat. She's in a car seat, so it takes a little longer. So I increase the speed. Now I slow it back down. Looking at the display in the car, you can see it's in dog mode. On the left, I'm going to pop up my phone app. You can see it's going to say live camera. If you click on that while you're out with dog mode on, it's going to let you look through the camera in your car so you can see your dog. I have the camera on the left going normal speed, but on the right, I have it going 10 times just because you don't need to see 5 minutes of this and my dog looking out the window and whining. But we're about to come outside of the store. We were only there for like 5 minutes. My daughter makes a run to the right like she's a running back. I'm gonna quickly pop the pizza in the front of the car, keeping an eye on her. She just wanted to go touch a light pole or something like that. So I'm gonna speed up the footage again while I go and grab her and quickly seatbelt her in her car seat in the back seat. And then I will be jumping back in the car to resume navigation for our ride. Now, as I get in, I just got to say hello to my pooch ghost and pop on my seatbelt. You're going to see I touch the brake, and by touching the brake, I turn off easy entry and it loads my user profile. So the steering wheel goes down, my seat gets into its final position, mirrors get correct. I click the home button, which is my favorite, so we can go. I'm going to load up a video for my daughter to watch in the back seat. I always used to just click on the video, but I've learned that by pressing your icon in the bottom right corner, you can load up like the last video she was watching, so you're not out starting from the beginning. And now that I'm ready to go, I'm going to swipe the screen away, hold down the FSD button, and the car's going to go. Here's where things get interesting. There used to be a road going around this building that would let you go behind it, and you could make a right turn to go out, which is a popular way people would go. Just recently, they broke out the road, they put big rocks there and planted grass. So according to maps, there's still a road going around this building. You can see it in the top right corner where it wants to go left, but it sees the rocks. I have my hands ready to grab the wheel, but I didn't. The car adapted, it saw there was no road, and it goes to the right and it's heading back out to the main road. As it's creeping out, I know my dog jumped on my lap. I'm still paying attention to the road. Car comes out. Now it's got to do a U-turn because I have to go south and we're heading north. So the car comes out, it gets into the turn lane automatically. It's checking because the other car is taking a turn and is in a turn lane. And as it cautiously waited for its approval, it did a U-turn and it went ahead, which was perfect. Perfectly done. I couldn't have done it better. Moves into the left lane. This is one of the things that the car has gotten better at. Coming up to this stoplight, it used to stay in the right lane for far too long and made me uncomfortable. And the right lane is a turn only lane. So I have continually corrected it, telling it that it can't be in the right lane. It needs to get in the middle lane, and it has done better. At this intersection, I sped up the time again so you don't have to wait for the long red light to see nothing. Now you'll see the car kind of creep forward when traffic the other way got a green light because it thought we did too. It just crept forward a little bit and then it stopped. But now we're off again. Coming up again to this next area is another spot that in the past I've had to take over the steering wheel several times because it would want to go straight in that lane, but that lane turns into a right turn only lane. So I've had to constantly take over, go into the left lane, telling it it needs to be in the left lane because the other lane's a turn only lane, and it has over time learned this. It didn't do it once or twice, it did it probably 20 times, but eventually it has now learned and it is doing it correctly. I've had multiple instances like this, and I know the internet has different opinions. I've heard people, read people's comments, and heard people's opinions that it doesn't learn. And I understand Tesla's talked about the fact that it doesn't local learn, but every time you do a correction, it saves that data back to Tesla, and Tesla uses those to make FSD updates, and then those updates gets pushed back to people. So every single update we get has multiple different bug fixes, and almost in every single one, there's always FSD updates. And I have noticed that over time, the things my Tesla does, my FSD does, has dramatically changed and improved. And that is why I'm a stickler to the fact that every time I take over, I tell the car why. And again, it doesn't always fix it in once or twice. Sometimes it takes several tries, but it has done fantastic for me. I have seen the car learn and improve and FSD get better. As we go along on this road, you can really tell it's kind of rolled from dusk kind of into nighttime. It's not fully night, it's still kind of dusk, but it's definitely gotten darker than when we started off. The car obviously has automatic headlights, so I don't have to worry about turning them on and off. One of the cool things I'll have to show you in a future video is the adaptive headlights on how they turn on and off the traffic coming at you with your brights, but we'll get to that in another video. But even though it's in the dark, it's approaching this roundabout, it's watching for traffic, it slows down. It doesn't slow down too much because there's no traffic coming towards me. So the Tesla went through it at a pretty good pace instead of yielding almost to a stop like some people do, which is not the proper way to drive through a roundabout. And it's off. It's going on, accelerating up, even though it doesn't have too far to go before it has to take a left turn into my subdivision. But even driving at night, I have not had any issues with the FSD. I have driven it in all kinds of weather already, and I've driven it in dark, dark, dark night where it's midnight and I'm on a country road and there's no street lights or no lights and no moon. And Tesla does great from my experience. I've been extremely happy with the Model Y Juniper and version 13 for FSD. I know coming up any day now, we're going to be getting version 14 for FSD, and I'm very eager to see what improvements that has. Because other than really like the turn only lanes is the big thing for me. Tesla has to learn more about the turn only lanes. Other than that, I don't really have issues with FSD, at least where I live, and I've driven all over Wisconsin and Illinois and Indiana and Michigan, and it has been really good to me. Coming up, taking a right turn. Obviously, it stays on your side of the road with traffic coming about and walkers all around. It drives slow. I've been pretty happy that in my residential neighborhood, even though the speed limit is 25, I've always driven very slow in here, and I don't even have to scroll the ball wheel to tell it to slow down, but it'll go 10 or 15 miles an hour through my neighborhood, which is perfect for me because I don't like going too fast. There's kids and dogs and things like that. Um, so I've been really happy. Right now, I got to open the center console and pop open my garage door because I do not have home link or any type of my queue. That's something I'm going to be working on in the next couple weeks here is to order that. Took over the steering wheel and flipped it into reverse, and now I'm using my backup camera along with my side mirrors to kind of line myself up. I know people talk about the fact that it's really hard to see out the back window, and it is. So you got to learn to use your side mirrors and your camera. I really learned to use my right mirror to watch the center of my garage and then just make sure my left mirror doesn't hit the garage door. And I just back in and I can make sure my car sits back nice and straight. And then I swipe the camera down to get my front camera. I make sure I can see the door track on my front camera, and that lets me know I'm all the way in the door. And I can just turn it off and I'm done. If you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel. If you have any Tesla related questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer them in the comments, or if it's one I haven't done yet, I will try to make a Tesla video specific for your question to help you and any others like you. Thank you.